This video shows you how to network and get results in 5 simple steps without feeling fake, awkward, or pushy. So you finally start getting replies, building real relationships, and having a serious edge to every application and interview. My name is Mary. I'm a former strategy consultant and Big Four auditor. For the past 12 years, I've helped students and young professionals figure out how to stand out and get hired. On this channel, I teach what I wish I knew as an undergrad: how to land a top graduate job, no trial and error, no wasting time. So let's start with making sure you understand what networking actually is. Most people struggle with understanding what networking actually is. It isn't about asking a random person you don't know to refer you for a job, because that's just a corporate version of a "you up" text at 3 a.m. It's also not about skipping recruitment stages or gaining some sort of unfair advantage. People are unlikely to share information with you that is not already publicly available. And if you think that they're after a referral bonus, it's unlikely to happen for an entry-level role for graduates. In reality, networking is much more simpler than that. It's just like any other relationship you would build in your life. It's a long-term investment, not a one-off interaction. And at the crux of it is usually something in common that you have, or that person's desire to help you succeed. So what do you get out of networking? Well, first and foremost, you're getting a new friend or at least an acquaintance. Application tips is something else that you can get as a student. It will not be anything specific, but it's more likely to be of a personal story angle that the person would share with you. They might also look at your CV or cover letter and provide feedback from a professional standpoint. Another thing that networking is useful for, even for students, is understanding the industry, the company, and the role better, because you're talking to a person who's already in that environment straight away. And if you have this sort of knowledge where you spoke to somebody from a particular company and say you mentioned, I've spoken to your current employees in a cover letter, that just shows the recruiters that you're willing to go extra mile for their company, which solidifies the fact in their mind that you are actually serious about your job application. In fact, referring to the fact that you've networked with the current employees of a company is a very common thing that experienced hires do when they're looking for a new job. It's also very common in MBA applications. The admissions committee is usually looking for some evidence that you've spoken to current students or alumni doing the MBA program, and they ask you this sort of question in an interview. So this is not limited to just undergrads or somebody in their 20s. Networking has their benefits at all stages of your career. And of course, it goes without saying that you will have an improved network that will be able to help you, if not now, but somewhere later on along the line. And as an added bonus, networking actually starts helping you before you even get your first reply. You're training your networking muscle. Like any skill, it gets better with repetition. It forces you to research the industry, the company, the employees better, and also get your social skill up in the formal professional capacity. And the more you do that, the more confident you will sound in your interviews and applications, because you've seen all these things as you were looking for people to connect with. Networking forces you to research the role and the industry in depth, and actually start sounding like someone who really knows what they want in their applications. Step 2 is defining the networking persona. Who do you actually want to meet? Where do they work? Which industry? Which company? In which role? What do you have in common with that person? Did you go to the same university? Are you studying for the same degree? Do you have a hobby that you both share? Is there something about your background that you share? And it's important to consider how many years ahead are they. I recommend reaching out to somebody who graduated 3 years ago at most, because then you will feel more like peers. They definitely remember what it's like being in your shoes, and their recruitment process recollection will probably be quite accurate for you as well. Actually, this is how I started helping students. I was doing my PwC graduate scheme, and whenever I got a LinkedIn message, I made sure I replied, because I just remembered what it was like trying to get a job after graduation. One of the biggest gripes students tend to have about networking is that it feels transactional. This person knows that I'm after something, so why would they respond to me? So why would they respond to you? Well, most professionals enjoy helping somebody who is organized and ambitious. Think of it this way: if a student from your sixth form were to reach out to you and ask for advice on applying to your university for your degree, would you not help them? Chances are you would, and you'd feel good about it as well. Same applies to professionals. Remember, you're not begging, you're letting them feel good about helping somebody junior. Another reason why somebody might respond to you is because you have something in common with them, or you put together a very good argument why you're reaching out specifically to them, why you find their story inspiring. Everybody likes feeling good about themselves. And even if you don't have something in common, some people just genuinely like helping others and do it whenever they have spare time. And the final reason why they would respond to you is because they're genuinely proud of what they're doing. They're proud of their company or their role. And so they want to continue repping that to anyone who might ask. Think about it. If you're really proud of your degree or university, chances are, if you're given the chance, you'll talk about it to anyone who asks. Same applies here. So where do you find these people? Well, the obvious answer is university-related events are usually a good place to start. Think career talks, alumni talks, society events. Professionals who come to these sort of events are very well aware that they will be talking to students, and some students might want to take this relationship forward with additional questions. And they're okay with that, they chose to do it. So they're probably the safest bet to train your networking muscle on. Another good way to network is through alumni mentorship schemes, usually put out by the career service. You get matched with an alumni and you get to ask them questions. That actually really helped me. The guy that I was matched with gave me some advice on how to pass an assessment center because I really struggled. I think I bombed like 3 or 4 at that point. His advice worked the charm straight away, but that's a story for another time. Apart from university-related ways, you can also think about work experience. So internships, spring weeks, inside days, mentorship programs. Usually the companies will have something for every single stage of your undergrad journey from year 1 until final year. So if you connect with people during those events, you might try your luck there as well. And finally, of course, you can do it online, either via warm or a cold introduction. Warm introduction basically means that somebody who knows that person introduces you or connects you with them. And cold just means that you don't have a connecting thread, so you're just reaching out blind. By the way, if you're not sure what to say when you message someone, or when is it the right time to ask for a coffee chat, I've made a free resource for you. It includes message templates and a simple decision algorithm that shows when is the best time to reach out depending on your situation. Link is in the description. Step 3 is making the right first impression. So, if you're at an in-person event, I want you to remember a couple of things. First and foremost, remember it's about them, not you. So you need to make sure that you show genuine interest in their story and their journey. You shouldn't be aiming necessarily for them to remember you. But of course, if you click, they absolutely will. Secondly, make sure that you're respectful of their time. Usually when a professional comes to these sort of events, that's because they volunteered for them. And then you need to avoid some mentality traps. For example, the very famous one of please notice me, when one student just keeps asking questions and keeps sucking up. It's, speaking from experience, very uncomfortable and awkward. You should instead aim to be equal with them, feel like it's a mutual respect sort of interaction as opposed to the power disbalance that I frequently see at university campus events. Second mentality is don't act like I need something from you, wink wink. Because again, human beings are very good at telling on a subconscious level when somebody is sincere or not. So again, make sure that you just flip to a genuine curiosity about their personal story and you'll be okay. And if you're connecting with a person online, the first thing you must do is to send a message when you're sending a connection request, explaining why you're reaching out to them in particular. What is it about them that made you want to reach out, not their colleague? So again, it's something in common like degree, university, maybe a hobby, or a publication that they made with their firm. Then make sure you avoid placing any immediate strong expectations. Could you please help me with this interview, or could you please get me this job? Instead, leave your request quite open-ended by saying things like, I would love to learn from you, whatever you want to share with me would be highly appreciated, etc. It gives some wiggle room to the person to decide what they want to share with you and what they would share with you later on once they know you a bit better. And finally, I need you to remember that the hit rate for these LinkedIn responses could be as low as 20 or even 10%. Some are very busy and some just don't check LinkedIn. The secret here is to keep trying with new contacts and not pestering the same contact over and over again. Just don't get discouraged. This is extremely common, and the 10 to 20% range that I gave you applies to every single stage of your career journey. So it's not you, it's just the name of the game. Step 4 is actually building a connection with the person. So at an in-person event, again, as I said before, it's about showing genuine interest in the person. It's finding common ground, it's remembering a few facts about them that they referenced. It could be a hobby, it could be a project that they're working on, and then bringing that back up when you follow up with them after the event. And after the event, make sure to send them a LinkedIn connection request with a message. That message should clearly state where you've met them, why you would like to connect, and maybe even referencing the common ground that you identified. And online, it's even simpler. You don't pester them, you don't take their silence personally, and you're engaging with their content. So if they post an article that they wrote, make sure to read it and comment on it. And if you have an interesting question about it, why not DM them about that? Step 5 is actually asking for help. Once you've nurtured the relationship, you're able to move on to the next stage, the dreaded coffee chat, or at least a Zoom call. So what do you actually ask in that one-on-one? Well, first and foremost, you should ask about the extended job search story from that person. What skills and experiences did they have? What sort of resources did they use? How did every stage of the application go? How did they prepare for the interview or the assessment center? This is all useful information that you can implement in your own job search strategy. And on the other hand, you can ask about their current role. So you can ask about the industry, the company, the office culture, the work-life balance. What does the day in life look like? This is all useful information that would be very difficult to find on your own online, and this will definitely indicate to the recruiter that you've done your additional research. I always use this trick when I interviewed for a company position. I always said, I spoke to one of your current employees and they mentioned that you have this excellent reading club, or I know that you do charity events, or I know that you're focusing on the projects in this particular industry. And that shows that I've done the research beyond the website or a simple Google, that I actually spoke to a real person. And the final thing you should ask about is whether they know anybody who would be a good person for you to talk to next. That way you turn your existing connection into a warm introduction. As a recap, this is how you would use your input from the networking conversation. Anything job search related or personal story related goes into your own job search strategy. And I'm not saying copy them exactly the same way. I'm just saying take the learnings and apply them to your situation. And anything related to their current job, you would use to deepen your research into the company and industry. And at the end of the call, make sure that you thank them and continue maintaining relationships. So continue engaging with their content, making sure that you congratulate them on any promotions or milestones. Just keep them at the back of your mind. Networking is how the best candidates get hired, but this is only the beginning. Because even if you manage to build the right connections, your applications still need to prove that you're a right fit, and your interviews need to back it up. If you watched this far, you're clearly serious about doing this properly, and this channel is here to help you get results. In the next few videos, I'll share more of what I wish I'd known as an undergrad, from selecting your target industries and jobs to writing CVs that stand out among the crowd, and how to ace those assessment centers and final interviews. So if this sounds useful, hit subscribe. It's free and it might just tip the scales in your favor. And if you enjoyed this video, drop a like and a comment in terms of what you'd like me to cover next. Keep going and I'll catch you in the next one.